Track.
Yeah.
We'll talk. Yeah.
No,
The shenanigans.
Yeah,
point
yeah.
of interest, you know,
Yeah, of
care about
course.
them, that's all.
Here we are. And here are the slides. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the first 2025 meeting of 1 Million Cups. What an exciting new year to get us started. So here we are. We are sponsored by the Kauffman Foundation, and the Kauffman Foundation has set up 1 Million Cups really to provide a resource for entrepreneurs around the country, focused on education and increasing opportunities for entrepreneurs to help us learn from one another and to take risks and really to help us towards our own success. And so with that, we are both a national and local mission. There are over 120 chapters around the country that meet every Wednesday from 9 to 10, and having the opportunity to not only look on a national level, but also on a local level, because certainly each area's got their own challenges. And so having the opportunity to work on a local level is helpful for us entrepreneurs who are in those local areas. We've got some key pillars around our meetings and a couple things to keep in mind. These are presentations and not pitches. The other thing is we are not really a networking group. We're really about authentic connections, which are really, those connections are made by, I'll say, consistently showing up at meetings. And I will say that this group here, we've been, meeting since 2000, boy, somebody help me out here, 17, 18? It's been a while, and the opportunity to work with everyone here is again, it's about connections and not networking. It is run for the community and by the community, and the other thing is we are radically and intentionally inclusive, wanting to help anybody out there who's looking to help to move their business forward. I do know we have some visitors, so if you all would raise your hand, and I know Margot can now raise her hand, which is awesome. For those of you that are visitors, if you wouldn't mind, and Margot's got her hand raised, your name, company, and how you heard about us, it would be great. And Akil, if you would go ahead. And you'll just need to unmute.
Yeah, I can go first.
Great.
I'm Akil Reddy. I'm a current college student over at James Madison University. Graduate in May. Right now I work at Intraintel.ai with Dave Roy. And I heard about Go Dukes. There we go. And I heard about 1 Million Cups through Dave. Did a little research on you guys. Sounds like an awesome opportunity. I can't wait to learn to meet about everyone.
Awesome. Great. Well, glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
And next, Rachel. Welcome, Rachel.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm Rachel Rosner. I am the owner of Eldon Street Tea Shop, and also the Fairfax County Small Business Commissioner for the Drainsville District. I have been in business for over 8 years now, and was in Herndon, moved to Reston last year, and is located in the gorgeous little community of Lake Anne. So I look forward to I've heard much about this group, and I'm excited to be here today.
Awesome. Well, thrilled you're here. Thank you for being here, Rachel. And certainly come back.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. With that, if everybody would help us out by checking in, make sure you check in. One of our goals here is to continue to increase attendance. Many hands make light work, and also add additional knowledge to the group. So if you would be so kind as to use your phone, scan that QR code, and register for the meeting would be great. It does entitle us to additional swag from the Kauffman Foundation. So anytime, And you'll see several times during the meeting that QR code will come up. So if you miss it here, you'll have the opportunity to register again. Next slide, please. With that, this doesn't happen by chance. There are a bunch of us that that meet on Monday mornings for about a half hour to get the meeting organized. And here's the organizing team. We've got both our organizers as well as our brand ambassadors who help spread the word. The other thing, we've got a couple of partners, Veterans Growing America, and that is actually headed up by Donnell Johns, who actually started this chapter. So we look always looking to help out the Veterans Growing America, as well as Fairfax County Economic Development Authority, another partner of ours that helps provide resources and helps us out. Again, there's that QR code. We also have both a location sponsor as well as coffee sponsor, and I will let somebody check in as far as the George Mason Enterprise Center.
Sure thing. George Mason Enterprise Center is an incubator in Fairfax, just south of 66, easy to get to. It is led by Eddie Hill. And when you come next week in person, we have a hybrid meeting, so virtual or in person, you can meet Eddie. You can also look at the space, and we will be giving out a ton of 1 Million Cup swag next week. So make sure you join us. What's unique about the Mason Enterprise Center is they have 18 dedicated mentors. So if you decide to be a virtual member of the space, or if you need office space and you're scaling, or maybe your business has a lot of staff fluctuation based on GovCon work, it can be a great space to grow with your business as you need it. And you'll also see the big training rooms they have as well, and the conference room areas too. So reach out to Eddie. You can also look at them online, mec.fairfax.org. They are fantastic to work with, so do check them out. And with that, I will turn it over to James Lawson, our amazing organizer and coffee sponsor this month.
Thanks, Jen. Good morning, everyone. Glad you're all here for this first meeting after the new year. So yes, we are your coffee sponsor for this month and happy to do so. So I'm James Lawson. As Jen said, I'm also an organizer with 1 Million Cups Fairfax. But Impact Business Solutions is my business along with my wife, Angela. So what are we? We are a coaching and consulting business where we specialize working with early stage businesses, which generally that means less than $500,000 a year in revenue at this point. And we help them create what we call their 6-figure marketing and business foundation. And all that really means is we work with strategic planning, helping you set your vision and goals, help you dial in your ideal client, your messaging and differentiation, and then codify your methodology and packaging so you can go out and sell high ticket offers to the community. That's essentially what we do. We've been doing it since 2009. And yeah, it's happy to be the coffee sponsor for this month. So thanks very much.
Great. Thank you, James. Appreciate it. How our meetings work. We are a friendly bunch. And so you've basically heard a little bit about us. And so from a meeting standpoint, we will have a presentation by Dev. And I got to tell you, I'm excited about that. After his presentation, we will have James is going to be the total blank coordinator, moderator. Thank you. Just to a total blank on moderator. And so James will be moderating. Ask that you do keep your mics on mute. And then when you're ready to ask a question, James will call on you. And the other thing we'll ask is that you keep questions and answers short. Deb, you'll be getting a recording of this. So everything will be captured for you, and you'll have the recording as well as the chat available to you after the meeting as well. So the only other thing we ask is that, and I think this group knows that we are a kind group, so keep comments positive. And so with that, we've got Dev Roy. I got to tell you, this is an awesome, will be an awesome presentation for the first of the year, because certainly AI is the topic of the year. So with that, Dev, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Just to start with some fun stuff. Do you know that 90% of world's data was generated in just last 2 years and expected to grow in exponential growth in next coming years because of AI. You know, 80 to 90% of data that we generate that stays untapped and underutilized because we do not have proper data management. Do you ever face it that you created a proposal a few years back and now you need to create it again or recreate it and you could not find it? You created you bought a microwave a few years back and now you are looking for the microwave's warranty card that you stored somewhere because now your microwave is broken, but you don't find it. Now you're looking for it, you're searching for it, you never find it. I think all this is a common story for all and everyone among us. It could be personal level, it could be company level. We keep searching and looking for our own information that we store in our own locations. But when the time comes, we never find them. That's why I created Intraintel.ai. That's the product. And that is for the solution of this particular business problem. Challenge question for today is the biggest obstacle we face in next 3 to 6 months, which is scaling customer acquisition and expanding our market presence while refining and enhancing Intraintel's platform and how we transfer the way individual and business leverage their own data. Next slide, please. So about us, you already got some idea. At Intraintel, we transform how individuals and business leverage, find, and transform how we access our internal data. Using state-of-the-art AI and machine learning, our platform crafts a precise, human-like content from vast intranet storages. Next slide, please. So timeline-wise, we just started 2024, but we started building the product since the end of 2023. We already launched the product in October. We already have a customer base and people are already started using it. And this is a SaaS product, so software as a service. So anybody from anywhere in the world can use this product. Next slide, please. Business challenge that we solve. So this growing problem of scattered and underutilized data by creating this platform that empowers business and individual to unlock actionable insights, save time, and make easy, smart decisions using the power of AI. Next slide, please. How we generate our revenue? Intraintel.ai offers flexible, scalable plans tailored for unstructured data. It's a subscription-based fee, SaaS model. It has a free tier, also for paid user based on the usage of data. And they have $10 to $30 per month. And eventually we will have an enterprise level offering. We are not there yet because we just started. Next slide, please. So what we offer? As we know that we all store our data into so many different locations: Google Drive, OneDrive, Box, SharePoint, iCloud. So our platform provides you a seamless way to connect with all your storages very easily and seamlessly. We don't touch your data. We don't store your data. We provide you an AI-powered chatbot that can, where you can ask very specific questions and it provides you a very specific response. If you ask him to create a proposal that you created a few years back and you need to recreate with some new information, it will create it using your own data, your own content. Then the most important part is staying inside your own security boundary. So it doesn't go in the internet. We do not go in the internet. We only stay within your intranet boundary or your internal storage boundary. So data security, data remains secure and personal and organizational boundaries. And of course, real-time results. You have so many spreadsheets throwing out so many times, and you always wonder that hey, how it will look like if we create a graph or chart. You have medical records of last 5 years, your blood test report, for example. Silly stuff, right? But you really want to see how your blood record improved or decreased in last 5 years. But you never do it because there is no way out. Next slide, please. Ideal client-wise. So we are starting with B2C. Not day-to-day people like me, you, everybody here at a personal level, researchers, proposal writers, consultants, analysts, CPAs. We are already involved into many of them. We are trying to get a traction in the market with a B2C approach because individual people like me who struggled with this particular business case a lot because I have to write a lot of proposals and I always struggle capturing and finding. But now I do not, because all these different storages where my data is scattered, I pull it together using my own product. Then the phase 2 that we will be targeting the small businesses, like the government contracting businesses here in DC metro area. We are already in touch with more than 150 of the companies we already talked to, and everybody is excited to onboard this product. The reason being, small businesses doesn't have enough resources to do analysis, hire an analyst or somebody who will be finding their own data, simple things, documents, tax documents, your HR record, your company solution documents. It's so many things. Nobody has the resource. So my product will solve that problem for them. Then the CPA firms, healthcare, small healthcare agencies, law firm, we already in touch a lot of them. So small business will be our next phase. And then finally, phase 3 is our enterprise, large federal agencies. So I personally part of federal agency as a government contractor. So I am seeing their challenges they are facing every day with their own data stored in so many different locations and using the intelligence of that data. Next slide, please. So value proposition from our end is definitely time savings. So that this product provides you a massive amount of savings, your time. Because so many times we keep searching things, never find it, then we start recreating it. So time is valuable, and this product will save that. Then definitely cost efficiency, as you can see, that 1,000 employee per 1,000 employee, because of the inefficiencies in data, we lose 2.5 to 3.5 million annually. So by automating this search and summarizing content generation, this will be drastically reducing this waste that we have to go through. Then the data utilization, as mentioned before, as Gartner said, that 80 to 90% data remain unutilized. Years and years of storing data at a personal level or at an enterprise level, we do not use. And so much value we can extract from those data, we just don't get an opportunity. So up to 73% of organizational data, we should be able to utilize better using this. Then definitely security assurance, how we store our data, making sure compliant. Then definitely customizable AI model. Next many years, AI will drive. And if we can bring this particular product in your life at a personal level or at an enterprise level, it will be your personal AI assistance. Even like we have the feature we are offering as eventually as a conversational. So you're driving your car and you have to write a proposal when you go home, and you just click the button and start talking to your own data. How wonderful it will be. Till the time you reach home, there is a draft ready for you using your own data. Next slide, please. What differentiates us? We are an agent-based chat platform. And what does that mean? Agent is basically able to take their own decisions. You do not have to go at a very lower level of chat prompting. It can take care of your business level queries and convert that into very granular level tasks that you are requesting. So you do not have to ask a lot of questions. It should be able to figure out by itself. Then our solution also prioritizes the privacy and operation of the data using large language model to avoid vendor locking. Because so many people ask me this question that, hey, there are big companies like Microsoft, Google, but my product is vendor agnostic. You are connecting your Google Drive, AWS, Azure Cloud, OneDrive. Eventually, the vision of the product is you can connect any storage that you have. And my product should be able to provide you the necessary support to create, generate your own response. And also, we provide a share button where you can share in the social media, because when you create something, it's your own IP. You have the we provide an easy way to share in the social media. Eventually, you will be able to share in the email, reach more people using your own data, creating your own story. Next slide, please. Potential partners, we are already in touch and talking with hybrid multi-cloud platform offering companies, and of course, cloud companies, AWS, Azure, GCP, Google. They already provided us some credit for our startup, and definitely compliance and security companies, and then data visualization. We are already in touch with Tableau. We are not trying to compete with them, but we are trying to show them that what value we can bring to their customer using their product as one of the options. Then definitely consulting partners. We already talking to Accenture and Ernst & Young, Deloitte. They are very interested to work with us, and eventually the AI email companies. So a lot of opportunities at this point of time. Next slide, please. We have done our competitor analysis. We have done our market analysis. There, we also have done our patent search in the through patent lawyer, and nothing is available exactly who are doing what we are doing in the market. So similar functionalities, or some function that is similar with these companies, Cinequa, QuickFind, and Hibia. However, we already submitted our patent, and it is patent pending product at this point of time, because taking this current state as a base product, there are so much opportunities where we can take this product in the future. There is nobody in the market who is doing exactly what we are doing at this point of time. So competition-wise, we are pretty good, and thanks to the patent search, we feel very confident with our solution.
So with that, let's turn it over to James Lawson to lead us in moderating.
Thanks, Jen. Dave, my head just exploded. Like, this is crazy stuff. Crazy. So here's the way we do Q&A, guys. There's really one rule. Keep the question succinct, and Dev, as much as possible, keep the answer succinct. Okay, that we would get many questions asked, and we get the answers, and again, you'll get the recording so you can go back through this. So the first hand raised looks like to be Mr. John Foster. John,
Great.
go.
Thank you so much, James. Dev, I got to tell you, as I thought, I mean, as James said, my head's exploding. This is hugely exciting. My question for you is, I'm just curious from an implementation, well, I have a bunch of questions, but for my own personal curiosity, from an implementation standpoint, because you're talking about individuals up to enterprises, what is the using your product and getting it implemented look like?
So it is a SaaS product. So individuals like you and Jen or anybody, they can just go there right now. Actually, I want all of you to go into my into my product website, Intraintel.ai, and just click on this and create a user ID and start using. There is a free tier. There is a local storage. You don't have to even connect with all different storages. There is a local storage option. Start with your own computer storage and start using it. Then once you feel comfortable, you can start connecting with your other storages, and you can start interacting using our chat AI page. So implementation-wise, we are ready for individuals at this point of time. Next layer is small businesses. So small business will have 50 to 100 to 150 people, and we need to add some more identity access management, RBAC, kind of a security layering, who owns which kind of data and who should have which access. So we need to implement that. That's why that's a phase 2. And we will do that at the small business, at the organizational level, and we should be able to provide those access management. Then is the enterprise level. That's a bigger deployment. So somebody can use our product, but there will be a whole different section with the enterprise, and you can create your own access management, etc. That will be implemented in the product. So the base product is same. We are starting with individual people because that will give us some traction and understanding of the current challenges. We just don't want to keep building it. We want to get feedback from the user, and using that, we want to keep building it. So nobody is better than individual people who can face their day-to-day challenge and provide us some feedback while using this product.
That was an awesome answer. Let's talk about being succinct. I'm just kidding. Dev, just for my own edification, can you give me like a real world example, really like succinctly, about how this has actually been used?
Yes, that's absolutely.
And then we'll go to John Rutenberg.
You created you have a bunch of proposals that you wrote previously, and you store them in a particular folder in your computer. And then when you need to recreate another proposal using the similar kind of contents, maybe 20, 50, 100 proposals you have, you just connect with our product with that particular storage and start talking and start asking questions. Hey, can you recreate this using this information, and this is how? And then it should be able to provide you the recreated proposal based on your new condition using your own folder and your own content.
Right. So unlike ChatGPT, which goes to the internet and
yes,
pulling stuff in, this is your own product, your own
That's
stuff.
right. That's
perfect.
Right. And we do not touch, we do not hold your data. We're just providing with a platform.
Awesome. Thank you. John Rutenberg.
Thank you. And Dev, great to meet you. Welcome. Thank you so much for a great presentation.
Thank you.
So I don't know anything. I always start from ignorance. It's a good position. And so I want to question your primary market. The individual, John Rutenberg, who has personal files wherever, versus the small business versus the next larger tier of business. And I don't have the answer, but each of those 3 segments are marketed differently. And my feedback is you should step back and analyze the cost benefit of reaching each of those markets. To reach John Rutenberg as an individual is much different than reaching Joe Smith, the owner of a 100-person company, who could have 5 silos. And so I don't have the answer. We can go offline and bat it around. But my recommendation, number 1, is step back and think that through and cost each of those 3 markets out. Because it's often easier to reach one company of 100 than 100 individuals. Don't answer me. That's my recommendation number 2. Just listen to the tape after today's meeting. And thank you.
Awesome. Miss Jen.
Thanks for a great presentation. From a marketing standpoint, and embedded in this is a question, with so many people working remotely or hybrid, and with so many people transitioning in and out of companies for the last few years, I feel like a differentiator would be using this. You can make sure you're able to access data or find data wherever it is. Is that a message you find resonates, or as you've looked at the clients who are using your product, or at least very, very interested right now since you're so new, what is the message that's really getting their attention?
So the biggest message is the multiple storage of data. because we all like to get into the new and shiny object. Especially in the government, we faced a lot that somebody came, sold them Google Drive, somebody came, sold them OneDrive, somebody came, sold them Box. They're all using all those things. Now when they need something, hey, can you give me that file? Somebody is like, oh, it is in Box, oh, it is in this. So multiple data, unstructured data stored in multiple storages, and you making sense of that data. I think that's what is my biggest selling point here, that you have your own data that is stored in multiple storages, but you cannot even extract the intelligence in an efficient way. So that's what I'm trying to sell, and people are loving it because everybody facing that problem.
Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you, Jen.
Melinda.
Yeah, outstanding presentation. And I really applaud you from starting your business in October and being our first presenter in 2025. I mean, wow. I want to go to your question, and I started thinking, well, how can you start building on all of this? And I thought about pilot programs for you. Maybe have some beta testers. Maybe everybody in this group could be a beta tester for you if they feel comfortable going online, as you suggested. Possibly putting together an ambassadors program. And then if you want to look at the different levels you've got, identify a couple companies or people you know at different companies at the other different levels that maybe can be beta testers so that you can get feedback of what's working, what's not working, and handhold where they get stuck and, fix anything you need to fix. And I just wanted to throw out some of those ideas.
No, that's perfect, because that's exactly what I'm looking for right now. More than investor, I'm looking for users so that people start giving me some feedback. And more feedback I receive, it is more valuable for me at this point of time, more than investor. So yes, we are working with, and I request everyone here, please go and log in and just use it. Even for very small number of files, just give a try and give me feedback. And that's everywhere I'm going. I'm just asking for people to give me that feedback.
Why don't you set up a QR code that you can give people to scan that will take them right in to do something like that?
That's a great idea. I will do that.
So thanks, Melinda. Michael.
So I enjoyed your presentation as well. I'd like to suggest to you that if you're using PowerPoint to make presentations to potential clients, to reduce dramatically the number of words that are on a slide. People they're either going to listen to you or read the slide. So I suggest that, it might be a good thing to reduce the number of words. And in addition to the QR code, which somebody else already mentioned, I think a short little video that you can use and leave with people that actually is a demonstration would be an excellent way of promoting your business. And thanks again for your presentation.
Absolutely. Thank you for your feedback.
Thanks, Michael. John Rutenberg.
So part of your messaging, to build on Michael Butera's comments, is in your 3.5 million on 1,000, that's $3,500 per employee. That's extremely powerful when you walk into a company of 5 where it's really, that costs a lot of money, because all of my employees each have 4 different data depositories. I get it, let alone a company of 75 or 300, let alone Accenture, which may have solved it already. I don't know. But if you really want to scale your business, I would urge you to look at the client acquisition cost and use that $3,500 per employee, because that's the pain. Okay, translated. The second thing in your messaging is you got to show how it leads to more revenue, because saving time is great, but it's a bit amorphous. So turn that into revenue. As a result, your salesperson is no longer fumbling for the last proposal. She or he is closing its next deal. What's the average ticket of your deal, ma'am? Just thoughts. Thank you.
Very cool. Right, we're going to go Rachel, then I have a hypothetical, and then we'll go to Melinda.
I was going to piggyback off of what Melinda was kind of saying as far as getting beta testing. I really like the idea of using dot cards, the electronic dot card. Instead of, you could do it with a regular business card too, but if you share your card electronically, you can actually make different web links, and so they can automatically sign up. I do it for mine where I give them an automatic 10% coupon to use at our website. And it's right there in my business card. So it might be a way to kind of get those beta testers quickly and also network with people at the same time.
Thank you, Rachel. Very good information. I will do that.
Thanks, Rachel. So I have a question. It's a hypothetical, because this is very personal for me. I do a lot of presentations, a lot of keynote presentations. It takes me hours to build a presentation for a workshop, whatever. Does this have the capability for me to give instructions about what I want built and then go look at what I've already done on keynote slides and then pull slides together? Because I would pay for that, because that's hours of time saving for me. Does it have that capability, Dave?
That's the direction we are heading. I don't know exactly we can pull together a PowerPoint presentation or not, but definitely we should be able to pull together a content from different PowerPoint presentation for you using the platform. Yes.
Because I'm thinking things like Gamma AI, right? So Gamma takes text, builds a pres.
Right.
But it's built in. It's not built in our brand. I mean, people like me and Jen have a very specific look.
Yes.
So,
yes. I mean, future of the product, yes, we can put this as our one of the feature in the future, where you can just ask like, hey, create a PowerPoint presentation using this presentation from the past or something. It should be able to pull together a presentation based on your past PowerPoint slides.
Next week would be wonderful. So get it for next week. Great. Just, I got a big thing coming up, but I don't want to build it. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it. We're going to go Melinda, Reggie, back to John, and then Jen. So
one real quick thought, and John Foster, don't kill me, LinkedIn. With video and everything, start using LinkedIn to reach out to the business communities. And you can have different types of content. Look at some of the groups on LinkedIn, see if you fit. If not, create a group.
Yeah.
And make sure that your business is on there too, as a business on LinkedIn.
Yes. Maybe Akhil, you can share the LinkedIn profile of our business. That will help. Thank you, Melinda.
Reggie.
Thanks. Great presentation. Just two quick ideas. One, have you thought about how students can use this? I think that's a customer base that can really take advantage of this too. You have notes from previous classes, past semesters. You want to be able to access your own data to be able to help you prepare for what you might have now. So I think that's an angle that can definitely you can take advantage of a market there. And then also, I know it's a SaaS product, and a lot of these products are they feel like very business to business, and you want to get started with the business to consumer. So I think thinking about how to make it feel more like a personal assistant as opposed to a work assistant in terms of the look and feel, and also the messaging. Like what I want out of an AI personal assistant is actually a little bit different than what I need and require as a business owner. So I think it's almost like two different products, but not really. But I think you have to think through how to position them differently to have success in those different marketplaces. Because I feel like completely confident that you'll do great with business owners, because like we see immediately the application of a tool like this. But as a person, You know, like I want to find old recipes and like make better recipes, you know, from stuff that I've saved and things like that. So the use cases are a little bit different for the consumer. And I think you want to think through how to position the product to appeal to that customer, knowing that, you know, that's sort of where you're starting, but where you want to get to as a business. So
Very
great
good
job.
point.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. This is a very good feedback. Yes, we will consider that.
Jen.
Two quick comments, and I have been paying attention very much so. And I also watched your product video on your website at the same time. There are two words that just for me as an individual business owner, but I think maybe also for people who are worried about the security piece. So for people who maybe aren't familiar with how to make a model or get intimidated by the word create a model, and maybe you changed this since the video, but you know, in your app, you talk about adding the model, viewing the model, retraining the model. I might think about a simpler word. Maybe it's just, hey, access your data better, right? Like it's something that is less intimidating. The other word that caught my eye, and I'm happy to brainstorm offline, but the other word that caught my eye was adding your folder. Because one of the big things you've talked about is you're not taking anybody's data into your platform. But the word add is misleading because it makes me think you are. So what I might think about is instead of saying add this folder from Dropbox, just put identify your data or identify your folder or identify, because I want to make sure that in your messaging and branding, it's showing that your AI comes to your data, visits, gets you the answers, and leaves without taking your data with it.
Yes.
And so I would just think through the word choice so that it's not intimidating, because the video looks great and it does look simple and easy to use. It's just sometimes that word usage might be startling for someone. Like, I have to make a model. What do you mean? So those are my thoughts just around messaging. So
Okay.
even we'll go into beta tested. The other thought I had would be maybe come up with 5 or 10 scenarios that someone could log in and utilize as a beta tester. So maybe make a guide that says, hey, do you make a lot of proposals? Here are the questions you can start with to get going. Or do you have a lot of spreadsheets and you need to consolidate them? So maybe come up with some mock questions, real ones, right? But that someone could opt into and say, yeah, I'm going to be a beta tester. I've never used this, so I'm going to try this scenario. That's a super easy guide to go. So apologies for the lengthy question and thought, but I think for something like this, getting people up and running and word choice matters, and making it as easy as possible matters.
No, this is great. Thank you. Maybe even we can connect offline and take some help from you, honestly.
I have so many disparate data things that this would be great.
Yes,
So,
please. I would love to be in touch.
Thanks, Jen. Melinda.
Just a quick one, taking off on Jen's thoughts on names and my discussion with you yesterday when we were talking. Maybe for the individuals, and I thought of, everybody remembers Simon Says? Maybe using Simon the way people use Siri or something, and call your individual assistant. And I wrote down Simon Intra, again, you know, the intra meaning internal assistant.
Okay.
And maybe making Simon, we can make it with the letters to mean something that are significant to your organization.
That's a good one. Okay.
Just throwing it out as a way out in left field. Maybe it will resonate later.
Perfect. Thank you. That's a good one.
So there's been a couple. Thanks, Melinda. I do agree with that. There's been a couple of things here, Dev, about wording and how you actually message stuff. Your slide on what you do kind of grabbed me because I didn't understand it at all. And so I think it's really important, to Jen's point, but also to Reggie's, when you're looking at different markets, about how you're actually explaining what this thing does. And I think your slide might be great for an enterprise market. Like, they're very savvy around SaaS and whatever. But B2C, we are less savvy around that kind of thing. At least I am. And so it's not about dumbing anything down. but I think you need to look at simplifying some of what this is and make it more, how can I put this, like everyday language versus techno language, right? Because smart guys like you love to do that. You love to make things very techy, right? We just want to know, what does it do, how does it do it, and what's the output? Like, that's it. That's really all I need to do. So
Actually,
just a thought, right? That you might
yeah.
want to kind of go back and
No,
look
actually,
later
my
on that.
goal is to make it very simple so that the users can use it without even thinking. But yes, I have a strong technology background, so that kind of defeats this purpose of the business and how we simplify things. So yes,
So simplifying its usability is great. I'm talking just simplifying the language about explaining about
language.
what it does.
Understand?
Right?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Margot, I think you got your hand up first, and then we go to Reggie.
Great, because it supports exactly what was saying, and I've had my hand up and down successfully with that same thought that someone just gave, which was the languaging. As I'm listening, my eyes are rolling, as I am one of those ignorant people, and it's taken this long for me to understand what you do without doing what Jen does and goes shopping online and does your whole background before you even, finish, So my suggestion
Yes.
is write it as if you are writing to your 8th grade neighbor. Then you can really write it so they understand it, because they need it. They're just that, well, nowadays, relatively savvy, but understanding what it is instantaneously is going with the same philosophy of parenting. Talk to your children as if they're police officers. That just changes your whole language, right? And so if you are talking and writing about this as if you're writing to your 6th or 8th grade neighbor who knows nothing, that will get you in the mindset.
Very good point. Yes. I tried with my mother-in-law. I have a 9-year-old and 6-year-old. I tried with them. And yes, the product wise, they are okay. They understand. But yes, the messaging, I of course didn't review it through them. So maybe I should do that next time.
That's awesome. I wouldn't have done anything with my mother-in-law. Reggie, you're up next.
Yeah, just a real quick question. Does the technology, is it able to read emails in the same way like it would read a Google Drive?
Yeah, we are not there yet, but in near future, it should be. Right now, we are Google Drive, OneDrive, SharePoint, different cloud. And if you go in my website, you will see Inbox, like six or seven options are there, which we able to successfully do it, plus local storage. But yes, eventually, email will be one of the offerings. Even like the social media, we are considering one of the offerings as well. How can we extract that information and provide you with a better, concise response as you need it? So we're working on that.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Reg. Any other questions, guys? Anybody got a statement or a suggestion? Suleiman, Melinda's like going to do a rotator cuff problem. So Suleiman, and then John, and then Melinda, and then we'll get.
Thank you so much. It was really great presentation, and I during the presentation I went to the website, checked that one. That was great. So one quick question is, since you mentioned about the proposals, we have some data from our previous proposals. Is that connected also with the has some options to browse online as well with our data, like something that we get from our data, and we need some update statistic from real world as well. Is that connected online as well?
Not at this point, but maybe in future we can have a toggle option with like if you want to go in the internet, but not at this point. At this point, we are very focused on keeping everything just to your data.
Okay, that's good. And one last, like a small, like a comment on that, has our colleagues mentioned about the language side as well. So I couldn't find like what is the templates that it can extract. Like for example, those data that we are generating, it can extract in Microsoft like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. If you can have that one as well, or if I missed, so you can.
Yes. So once you go and create some content in the chat page, there will be an option at the very left side in the chat box, which is a share option. And in that share option, you can go and download it into PDF or in the doc file at this point of time, or you can share it in the social media. These are the options we have currently.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Deb. Thanks, Suleiman. Great question. John Norse.
Yeah. Hey, Deb. Thanks. My question is really very rudimentary because I don't know a whole lot about technology, but I get intimidated the minute I hear SaaS because I really don't know anything. And the question I have for you is like, what platform or what operating system, this is how dumb I am, do I need to be on to use your product? Like where would I apply it? I know there's a lot of things about PowerPoint. Okay. I mean, I get it, but that's like not something that helps me run my business on a daily basis. So I'm interested in learning like where the core application and what requirements I need as a business to actually use your service and get something out of it.
You just go in the internet browser. That's all you need to do. And just type the Intraintel.ai, https://intraintel.ai. You go there and then you create a user ID password. Very simple. And once you're done, you are into the space. You just connect whatever you want to connect with. Any folder in your local system, start with that. Then if you want to connect, if I don't know where you store your more data, is it Google Drive or OneDrive?
Google.
Yes, then you go and click on Google. It will ask you which Google account you want to connect. And once you connect, that's all you need to do. And then you go to the chat page and start asking questions, and it should be able to provide you answers.
As a follow-up to that, like
Go, Jeff.
Google allows you to have like multiple people sharing stuff. Does your stuff like work with multiple people sharing documents and all that?
That's the next phase where we will be holding the RBAC or the identity access management or the sharing. Those are upcoming. But at this point of time, it is more focused on the individual people and they accessing data. Even in a company, that's fine. But the individual people should be able to connect. We are also working with a company called Okta, who provides the simplification of this single sign-on. So you just come and you just log in using one, and then you will be able to connect with all other storage platform. So all those cool things are coming in next few iterations. But yes, we are at the early stage. So yes, just go in the website and just connect with your own data. Marcus,
well, I appreciate your patience with me.
Of course.
All right. So guys, go on, Melinda. If it's a statement, that's fine. But
it's real quick. It's just an add-on idea, creative and responsive stuff. I was thinking you could offer as add-on pricing a way to possibly connect to your own contact databases, where the way you set things up, because I know I set things up where I can find people if I'm looking for somebody like a purple elephant with pink dots. I might be able to find them by putting that into it. And I was just thinking add-on pricing. I know you've got like Salesforce already and other things, but what if I could look at my LinkedIn, my personal LinkedIn contacts, and be able to go through all of them using your tool?
Yes, it will be. Social media is one of the area we are considering how to integrate. So yes, upcoming, Melinda.
And you may be able to add on pricing so that you get a certain number in the free, and then as you take more and more areas, that might give you another way to make some additional money.
Yes. Sounds good.
Linda,
All right.
make a list for Dev so he can actually work on all that. Just make him a big list. Just send it.
I will.
Great ideas. Thank you.
All right, we need to move on. Dev, this was awesome. I think I speak for everyone to say this is pretty exciting stuff, and can't wait to see what the next iteration looks like. But I'll certainly jump on and become a beta user and go flesh some stuff out. So awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
So
Hey,
great
Dev.
stuff, and thanks so much for doing this. It was amazing. So John Foster.
James, thank you for moderating. Dev, thank you so much for the presentation, the Q&A. I got to tell you, that what a great way to start off the year. And we'll look forward to having you back and hearing how things progress.
Perfect.
Next week, in fact, you may want to reach out to Chris Scrum next week because of what he does. And so certainly everybody for next week, Chris will be presenting a school in Mitchell, and what they do is they help maximize an organization's profits. And so he may be able to use your tool, Dev. So we'll see what happens. With that, also, as far as event resources, the opportunity to reach out to other entrepreneurs, we've got a number of links here that you all can take advantage of. Between the Fairfax Central Chamber, the Reston Chamber, and Fairfax Economic Development Authority. By all means, take advantage of these links to find those networking events that will be helpful to you. Definitely take advantage of that. And also the Veterans Growing America. Our schedule for this year, we've got the 15th, we've moved to our in-person and virtual meeting where Chris will be presenting. And that will be down at the down in Fairfax. And so definitely look forward to seeing everybody there for that. If you haven't registered, we've got the QR code in the corner. And we are also looking for, additional presenters. So definitely keep, we're looking for, anybody's out there looking for help. So if you know any other entrepreneurs, please invite them. Also, this is many hands make light work. And so if you're interested in becoming an organizer, I will tell you that, we've been doing this for a bunch of years, and the opportunity out there to help other entrepreneurs, as well as you also get a lot out of it yourself. If you're interested, apply, type me in the chat, and we'd love to have you help out as a organizer or an ambassador. And with that, we've got probably 2 or 3 minutes, so stick around. Don't forget to scan to check in, and then all of our links are in one place with that other QR code on the right-hand side, on the lower part of the slide. And with that, I think that wraps us up.
Can I just add one thing, John?
Absolutely, James.
If you don't mind. So from an event standpoint, we usually put the events into the chat. I can't seem to grab